The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has canceled funding for the Alaska Earthquake Center. The loss affects the speed and precision of tsunami alerts. Now, quick tsunami warnings matter, especially here on Washington's coast. Celine Stevens with our Environment Northwest team reports.
The loss of information, the loss of sensor packages is troubling to say the least.
That loss of information could lead to the end of real-time tsunami alerts for West Coast states after the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, also known as NOAA, stopped funding the grant to the University of Alaska Fairbanks Alaska Earthquake Center.
These seismic stations quickly register and help build our understanding of, what the earthquake was, how big the earthquake, where that earthquake could possibly be. So the impact in the future of cancellation of this contract could be that future tsunami alerts are not as timely or as accurate as they would be if these seismic stations were still online.
According to NOAA, the funding stopped in fiscal year 2024. It wrote in a statement that while the university initially continued to provide baseline seismic data to support tsunami warning capabilities for the NOAA National Tsunami Warning Center, AEC has since made the decision to turn off the real-time data flow to the center.
The challenge with that is when you have a high amount of uncertainty on a dangerous thing that could be happening.
Daniel Ungard is the tsunami program lead for Washington State Geological Survey.
We might see that there's going to be a bigger range of sort of thing. So they might say, oh, it's a foot with half a foot to 2 feet of uncertainty. And so once you start increasing the possible uncertainty and what that forecast value could be, that's when we start seeing likely the case that emergency management would act more cautiously.
The Oregon Department of Emergency Management says the detailed information it provided earlier this summer after the earthquake that struck off the Russian coast may be harder to come by.
The summer tsunami from the Kamchatka Peninsula, we were able to get very accurate estimates very early on. And in the future, that information is not as reliable.
Althea Rizzo says it could change the way the OEM decides things like evacuations and hurt industries like fisheries and tourism.
Having accurate alerts allows us to know if we need to evacuate or when we don't need to evacuate. We have lives and property depending on having accurate information.